It's perfect.
Okay,
Get a
great.
golden glow around your head so it's like an angelic.
And we've got Sagrada Familia.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi guys, welcome to another video. I'm Jess Hover and this is my husband, Shaun. Shaun is here and we're super excited to be hanging out with you. This is the first video in a series that we're doing called Be More Fun to Date. And this is great. Shaun's gonna be talking to you. He's my favorite person to date.
Yeah.
He's also my favorite teacher on relationships. This week in Barcelona, he's teaching for 3 hours each day on relationships. And so this is his job. He really likes to think about this stuff and talk about it. And I'm excited for him to talk to you all about dating today. So let's just jump in.
Let's jump in. Yeah, okay. We're talking dating, all right? If we're gonna talk about dating, you need to know what dating is. Am I right?
Right, you're right.
But we've got a big problem in our culture.
Huge.
Huge problem.
Huge problem.
How big is this problem?
Really
I don't know.
As big as this building.
That's a big building.
Yeah.
We'll show you the building.
We'll show you later. Okay.
We use the same word, and that is the word dating, to describe two very different things. In one sense, you say the word dating to describe that thing you do when you're going on dates with someone, when you're getting to know them,
but you're not boyfriend and girlfriend.
Not boyfriend and girlfriend, not in a relationship, not
anything.
Facebook, not official.
Yeah.
How's that one? But you're getting to know one another, and you're drinking coffee together, and you're maybe even texting each other every now and then.
Sometimes people call that talking, like, oh, I'm just talking to this girl.
Sometimes they call it texting.
Sometimes they do.
It's kind of hard to get to know people by texting them. If I were you, I'd try to kind of avoid that thing where you spark up like a friendship with someone and you just start texting them all the time, and you're kind of like getting into this weird romantic stuff, but you never actually hang out in person.
You should hang out in person.
Hang out in person with people.
It's better.
You can't get to know someone over text.
Okay, so then what's the second kind of dating?
The second kind of dating is the one to describe being boyfriend and girlfriend.
Right.
You know, you say, how long have you been dating? What you mean by that is how long have you been officially in an exclusive...
Like Facebook official.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
in this video, we're going to talk about dating number 1. I just made up that name.
Dating
the first
number 1.
kind of dating he described, dating number 1, that's what this video is going to be about. Next video, we'll talk more about the second kind.
Okay.
Good?
So dating number 1, I'm going to give you the definition. I love definitions. I invent definitions for everything.
It's true.
So get out your pen, get out your highlighter, get out your iPhone.
Twitter. Log into Twitter.
Log into Twitter.
Now's the time.
Yeah, you need to tweet this so that everyone knows about it. The definition of dating number 1 is this: getting to know each other with the specific intent of seeing if an exclusive romantic relationship is something you want to get into. Thanks for nodding with me.
That was such a good definition. I
well,
loved it.
It really
it helped.
Hit more powerfully with all of your nods.
Exactly.
Getting to know each other with the specific intent of seeing if an exclusive romantic relationship is something you want to get into. So what does that look like? All right, hey,
hi.
I go to 7-Eleven from time to time to get a Slurpee or some Flaming Hot Cheetos. Maybe you do that too. Dating number 1 can look like this. Yeah, you don't like the Flaming Hot. No, you're not a Flaming Hot type
Cheeto.
of, well, you're Flaming Hot.
Thank you. But I'm not a Flaming Hot Cheeto girl.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
I like Flaming Hot Cheetos, and I like my Flaming Hot wife.
Oh, thanks, babe.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
So, you go to 7-Eleven, and
there is... It's loud. We might move somewhere else.
That's true.
Okay, we moved to a quieter skate spot.
Skate spot. We did.
You're buying your Flamin' Hot Cheetos. You see the girl behind the counter, real cute, nice smile, says have a nice day. She's wearing a cross necklace. So
maybe she's Christian.
She could be.
Or
so
not.
You know a few facts about her. You know that she has a nice smile and these things I said, but that's not enough to know if you want to marry her or not, is it?
No.
However,
you don't even know if you want her to be your girlfriend.
Maybe you want to marry her.
Maybe you want her to be your girlfriend.
Maybe she's your wife.
Maybe.
The girl at 7-Eleven could be your wife, but the only way you're going to find out
is by hanging out with her.
Is by probably dating.
Whoa.
Dating number 1.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're checking out, you say, hey, would you like to get a Slurpee with me sometime? She's looking at you going, he likes Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I love Flamin' Hot Cheetos. He's pretty cute. Look at that smile. And she says, hey.
She's ready.
I know nothing about this person, but the tiny bit that I do know
is nice.
He might be someone I want to marry. Who knows? I need to know way more if I want to figure that out.
Right.
So you go out and you have a Slurpee together. You get to know each other a little bit more. Maybe you find out she's actually quite funny. Maybe you find out you have similar music taste. Maybe you find out that you really enjoy being with her.
Sounds great.
So what do? You go on another date. Next thing you know, you're having dinner. Next thing you know, I don't know.
Still going on dates. You're not boyfriend and girlfriend yet.
That's the point. The point of this kind of dating is there is no commitment involved.
Right.
And you need to know that. Because people get into these weird friend relationships where they're not in a relationship,
Right.
they're not in an official anything,
But they're
yet
acting like it.
you're acting like it. And you end up giving your heart over to
Yeah.
somebody.
Or really hurting somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do that.
Okay, so what you're saying, this is what I'm hearing,
Okay.
is that in this first stage of relationship, this dating number 1, you're not actually committed.
There's no commitment
There's
involved.
no commitment.
Zero commitment.
Zero commitment. You're just friends.
Yes.
Is what's happening.
Yeah, you're just
But you're like intentional about your friendship, right? Because
Yeah.
you're trying to see if you want to be more.
Exactly.
Okay, so homegirls. My
Homegirls.
friends, I'm talking to homegirls.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had homegirls.
I have a bunch of homegirls, and sometimes I see them do this thing, I'll tell you and you'll know, where in this part of relating to a guy, you're already acting like he's your boyfriend. You're already putting all these expectations on the relationship that
Whoa.
you're gonna date and you're gonna get married and maybe you're gonna travel or go on a cruise. Maybe you're already sleeping together. I hope not, because that is such a bad decision, because
Bad
you're
idea.
not.
Maybe you
in a
already have your
relationship.
kids' names picked out.
Maybe, don't tell him. Be more fun to date. Don't tell him. If you are in this stage of a relationship, friends, girls and guys, but girls, I'm talking to you really, act like friends. Like, don't spill your heart out to him on your first or second date. Go do fun, creative things, right? Because that's fun.
You're trying to get to know each
Yeah,
other.
you're
You want to
getting
be
to know each other.
open, but the point is, you're not giving yourself over to him at this point.
Right.
Because that's setting yourself up to
Yeah.
get hurt really bad.
Exactly. You're not changing your whole life around for him at this point. He's just your friend, so you can still prioritize things like family and other friends. Right? I
Yeah.
mean, from a guy's perspective, that's true.
You can even date other people at
Watch
the
The
same
Bachelor.
time. Yeah. Watch the TV
Right?
show The Bachelor.
That's
You're
what they
dating
do.
25 people at one time. Now the problem is they're not obeying what we're talking about right here, because they're getting all kinds of heartbreak
Right.
and because
Big
these
friggin'
girls
TV.
these girls are giving their heart over to a guy who is not committed to them at
Right.
all, and then what ends up happening is
Make it really
guaranteed screaming, crying, heartbreak, drunkenness, cat fights, you name it. It's all going down. Great idea for a TV show.
like the best.
Bad idea for all these girls who are giving themselves over to a guy who has zero commitment to them whatsoever.
Exactly. Okay, so we told you what not to do, which is don't act like you're in a relationship when you're only in this stage of dating. But now we're going to tell you 3 things to do
Oh,
to be more fun to date.
do we have 3 things?
We're going to come up with them right now. We
Okay.
haven't thought of this before.
Okay, 1.
Okay.
I've already got the first one.
Okay,
I
good.
haven't figured it out. I'm ready.
We didn't plan this, so go ahead.
We didn't. We're so spontaneous.
We're so fun to
First
date.
one is be spontaneous.
Yes.
No, it's not.
No. But
First
that's fun.
That is.
Okay.
First one is be open with one another during this time.
Good one.
And by open, I mean, don't try to put your best foot forward. Don't try to project yourself as being like way better or cooler or funnier
Yeah.
than you really are, or smarter. Oh man,
Yeah.
trying to act smart, that really falls
Yeah.
flat.
Or like pretending that you love everything he loves.
Oh, ooh.
I have friends who do this all the time. I do it.
I didn't.
Did I do it?
Like, imagine if you would have done that to me, like, oh, I love skateboarding. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm so
I
into.
didn't.
I would have been like, all right, get out of here.
It's not fun. Like, just like the things you like.
Here's
That's
what
it.
happened. Hold the phone.
Okay.
Here's what you end up doing.
Ready?
Is both people in dating, they try to project this image of themselves that's not, it's not even really who they are. So
He needs two hands.
look at, you have this image of this is who I am, and it's this fake Shaun, you
Right.
know, the image that I want them to think I am. And then
Right.
meanwhile, she's doing the same thing. She's putting forth
do it?
this image. Yeah, she's
Okay.
putting forth this thing, and it's not really who
But-
she is either. And then what ends up happening is your two projections of the best of who you want them to think you are interacting with each other, and then you don't even really know the real her, or the real me, or the real you.
Exactly.
And you just kind of have it's all fake. It's all fake and phony. And then what happens? You end up getting married, and you hear one of these things. And then once we got married, he
Everything
became a
changed.
completely different person.
You hear that?
Of course he did. because you didn't really know who he really was to begin with.
Yeah.
And he didn't know who you were. You just had these weird, phony projections going. Don't do that. Stop it. Kibosh it. Just be real. Just let him know how messed up you are.
Here, you can hold it. Okay, I got the second one. I just thought of it. Be really creative, because you're trying to get to know each other. So sometimes we just get like embarrassed. Maybe girls do this, so we get like kind of quiet, and like we go to restaurants and we don't order anything because we're afraid of what they're gonna think of us.
Oh no, you need to order a lot of food. Don't just get a salad or something lame like that. Feels like an idiot. I'm eating a steak. She's like, oh, I'll just have
my point wasn't a
Sprite. You know, like, come on.
I'll have a rice cake. Is that what they're called? Yeah, rice cake.
You can't order a rice cake at a restaurant. I brought a rice cake in my purse.
But
I don't need...
But my point isn't that they eat. But like when you go, you get like timid and embarrassed, and so you just get quiet and you order a salad. That's not fun.
No.
If you need help, I'll make you a list of 25 questions you could ask him on a date. Here's an example. If you were gonna go to Starbucks, what would you order? I ask that to a lot of people. It's just fun.
I would order.
To know them.
Oh, you're asking me. I would order a grande iced coffee, 1 pump hazelnut, light ice, and then no room for cream. That way I can take a little sip off the top, and then I can add some half and half, and then I can finish that one, get a free refill, and then come back. And you want to know what they would get at Starbucks? You would order a you would order a hot.
I do like hot drinks.
Hot white.
Excuse me.
White mocha latte.
Oh. With how many pumps?
With 2 pumps of white mocha.
That was really good.
Was I right?
Yeah, he often doesn't even remember what he orders, so that was really impressive. You just witnessed something magical.
Ha!
Ha! 6 years of marriage.
Because
almost.
we've gotten to know each other.
Yes. Okay, third point. We should make up one.
Yeah, I have a good one.
Okay,
for
good.
the third one.
Okay.
Be a good, cheap date, because that's fun to date. So it's not like you always have to go out to some big meal or some big thing. A date, you get together and you sit on a curb and you drink a Slurpee together.
Or a bench if you don't like curves.
You could sit on a bench. You could sit on the ground, or you can go for a little walk and eat some ice cream, or you can go for a walk with no ice cream.
We just did this. What he's talking about. We just got some bread and cheese, and he got some meat. And we, I think, spent $3 in a water bottle.
It was less than €3, and we had a great time.
Yeah.
So, to be fun to date, be a cheap date.
Like, be simple. Because then he can take you on fancy dates, too. Because, like, he takes me on fancy dates, too.
Fancy dates are high pressure. They're high pressure. You don't want to get into that. You want to keep it light.
But, I like fancy dates.
No,
but
you do because we're married.
No, I like
Once you're married, then go on the fancy date.
Sorry. No, because then if she will enjoy the simple cheap dates, then she'll also really
enjoy
get
the
excited.
fancy dates.
Yeah. If her expectation is fancy dates, then you're pretty much doomed to failure most of the time.
Save the fancy dates for when you're actually in a relationship. How about that? Okay, fine. Go on fancy dates.
You can go on both.
Yeah, my advice is be a good cheap date. Her advice is be a fancy date.
Okay, my advice is be a good listener, but that's the fourth point, so I'm not going to tell you. But some guys, they do this. Even some of my really good guy friends.
Don't call them out now.
I'm not gonna, but you're not very good listeners. And so you just go and you talk about yourself, and the girl feels really silly. And so, girls, you might do this too, but guys, girls, if you're on these dates and you're trying to get to know each other, be a good listener. Is that good?
Yeah, don't just talk about yourself the whole time. Because sometimes you're nervous. And when you're nervous, you just talk and talk and talk and say a bunch of crap. You want to ask them questions and hear their story.
It's good. Okay.
And when it gets silent for a second, please, by all means, this is a bonus tip. This is a bonus tip. It gets quiet for a second, and then you go, awkward silence. Come on, that ruins the night.
And it wasn't awkward until you said that.
That's the end of the date. Yeah. Just cancel it. Just no more dates after that. Someone who does that, you don't want to be involved with them at all.
No, that's good. Okay.
Okay.
So that's the end of this one. See you next week.
Next week, we're going to talk about dating number 2. Boyfriend, girlfriend, what it means, and how you should act when you're in that place.
It's
Giddy up.
Awesome.
We'll see you there.
Thanks. Bye.
Hey, there's that building. It's shaped like a egg.
A rocket.
A rocket.
A finger.
A finger. Those are all the things that it's shaped like.
And something else.
Nothing else.
So that's low.
You're having dinner.
That's low.
Oh, that's too low.
Yeah.
Gotta film higher.
Yeah. Not that high.
Yes.
Cool. I like it.
It does look better higher.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see like my hat better.
Right. We're filming like with the selfie stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Higher is more flattering.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that does look better. I look better.
You're better.
You always look good.
You always look good.
You're better.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.